Come on, come on. Let's go. All right, all right. Looks like I am live and all ready to go. I'll a couple minutes for anybody who wants to jump in so they can jump in. I don't want to start too early or end too early and deprive people of a chance to see this live stream. So we'll just wait a little bit and wait for somebody to jump in here. If not, let's see. We'll start by 3:33. 3:33. I'll officially start. We'll give it like 3 minutes. Ooh, come on, let's go. Let's go. Watching the horse races over here. Cryptocurrency, stocks. And we're green. Right, all right. We got 1 more minute here and then we'll officially begin. Just giving people a chance to see that I have a live stream going on. And we're back to the red. Okay. All right, almost there. All right, well, it is 3:33 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's go ahead and jump right into this live stream. Thank you for joining me on this live stream today. My name is LBThaRealist with Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the real is surreal. So it gets most surreal, folks. I got a few stories that I want to bring to you. I actually just recorded 6 or 7 different segments that I will be uploading after this live stream. But I figure, you know, since time is running out, let me go ahead and get this live stream out the way. And then after this live stream is done, I'll go ahead and upload those videos that I did. I just did these videos. The first segment coming up, San Diego, California, local news. A construction company was cited for wage theft. Number 2, in world news, I have some members of a certain group promises land and cash to families of suicide bombers. Number 3, in political news, I'm talking a little bit about Colin Powell, rest in peace, and about a certain situation, giving that whole thing. Number 4, in science and discovery news, the Earth is reflecting less light. If you're a geek for science and space and that kind of stuff, you might be interested in that 4th segment there in science and discovery. Number 5, in financial news, we have Bitcoin to hit $168,000. What? That's insane. Number 6, in entertainment news, I recorded some information about the Squid Games Netflix show and the new movie Halloween Kills and how much they gross and how well they're doing and what I thought about them, because I just watched both of them coincidentally. So those are the segments that I did. Let's see. Oh, I did another segment on NASA launching a probe to Jupiter's Trojan asteroids. Okay, it's a short segment. So these are the videos that I will be posting after this live stream. So check those out. If you guys are interested in some of the other videos that I posted, do so. Check my page, because we can't depend on people to get notified when I do these lives, when I do these videos. So check my page constantly. I'm uploading new material all the time. What do we got going on? Thanks to my lovely supporters out there, I will be getting my hands on some new equipment. So I just picked up a mic, a new microphone, and a new, which I should be getting today, actually, a new microphone and also a webcam that I will be attaching to my computer. So hopefully the picture quality is better than the webcam that I already have built in. It actually has an audio or a microphone built into the webcam, but I got a microphone just in case. It's one of those Blue Yetis, one that I'll be able to just sit right here on the desk. Hopefully I could tilt the camera and you guys could even like see me speaking into the microphone. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll see how that goes, folks. So again, shout out to my supporters out there. Thank you guys so much for believing in me and making sure that, you know, I was taken care of when it comes to new studio equipment, because everybody knows this microphone that I have here. I don't know if you guys can't see it. There we go. Kind of a little bit right there. It doesn't do anything. I don't use it. It's just for show. It is literally just for show. I use it for music, but I haven't recorded any music lately. So it's just been sitting here as a prop for my videos. But the new mic that I'm getting will be actually utilized. So let me know what you guys think of the audio quality of my videos when I start using that. I should be getting it, like I said, today. And the webcam I should be getting in a couple days. So shout out to my supporters there. Got new equipment coming. I already told you guys about my 7 new segments that I will be posting after this live stream. Also, memberships should be available. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that or not on my videos, but I filled out all the information for memberships, so they should be available for you guys if you're interested in that. That's just another avenue right there, another way for you to support the show. So check that out. And without further ado, folks, remember to like this live stream. Thank you so much. As I said it, you did it. Already, I'm telecasting, huh? You already know what I'm going to say. So thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing, commenting, supporting the show and everything like that. Love, peace, and light, folks. Let's get into these new segments. Hopefully, it will let me. I believe so. I believe it'll let me jump to the stories without exiting the webcam, the live stream. So if it does exit, my apologies ahead of time. I don't think so, though. Let me see. Hopefully you can still see me. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm still up. All right, good. All right, good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this first story here. I figure there's so much interesting news going on locally in my city of San Diego, California, that I figure I do more than just the 2 segments I did today. Usually I'll, just pick one story and cover that for local news, but I picked like 4 today. So I already did 2 segments, and 2 segments I'll actually do on this live. So we'll jump into the first one here without further ado. San Diego County Supervisors vote to ban ghost guns. All right, ghost guns here. So here we go. The San Diego County Board of Supervisors on Tuesdays voted in favor of banning unregistered firearms and do-it-yourself gun assembly kits in an effort to get so-called ghost guns off the streets. Yeah, they sell these kits in which you can actually piece together your own rifles. Like you can get the butt stock, you can get the sights, you can get the mag, like everything is customizable and you can just put it all together yourselves. It's crazy. It's crazy. In a 3-2 vote, the county leader's decision greenlights a measure introduced by Board of Supervisors Chair Nathan Fletcher and Supervisor Tara Lawson Reamer to prohibit gun in parts without serial numbers. It also includes the creation of community-based gun reduction programs and safe firearms storage. Before the measure goes into effect, an ordinance will be created and returned to the supervisors in 90 days that defines what a ghost gun is, prohibits the possession or distribution of unserialized parts used in the creation of them, bans 3D printing of unserialized firearms or parts, and updates safe firearm storage standards. Stricter gun safety rules on ghost gun purchases and manufacturing, along with common sense guidelines on safe gun storage, will help to make San Diego a safer community for our residents and visitors, Fletcher said in a statement on Tuesday. In addition, the investment we make in gun violence prevention will be vital to keeping children and families safe by preventing unnecessary deaths to firearms. Lawson Reamer said in a previous statement that banning untraceable firearms will prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. The dangerous loophole that allows ghost guns to be manufactured in our community is starting to close today, thanks to this common sense safety reform, Lawson Reamer said in an updated statement Tuesday. The production of untraceable and unregistered firearms presents a new and urgent threat to our public safety, and with this vote, we are creating new tools to help limit their creation. Supervisors Jim Desmond and Joel Anderson opposed the vote. On Tuesday, Supervisor Desmond said in a statement that the upcoming ordinance is putting another law on top of an already existing law. Ghost guns are already illegal, as you're legally required to register guns with the government, Desmond said in his statement. I'm all in favor of getting the illicit guns off the street, but I don't believe today's action will do that. Desmond went on to say that the county should target the root cause of gun violence by helping people of all communities who are affected by gun violence with mentorships, internships, jobs, and opportunities so they don't resort to gun violence. That I really agree with. Just a month ago, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria signed an ordinance banning ghost guns in the city in an effort to curb firearm-related violence. San Diego has seen dramatic increase in gun violence across our city using ghost guns, Gloria said last month. These guns are untraceable and can end up in the hands of people prohibited from having firearms, making them a threat to public safety. The San Diego County passed the ordinance. The San Diego City Council passed the ordinance, eliminate non-sterilized, untraceable firearms 8-1. It prohibits the sale, purchase, possession, receipt, and transportation of non-serialized guns and parts. It also makes it illegal for unregistered gun kits to be sold in San Diego online and in stores. ENUF, or Enough, will go into effect in the city on October 23rd. Opponents of the ban argue, oh, that's just a few days from now. Opponents of the ban argued that the ordinance would not address the root of gun violence and added that it would make residents who already own a personally manufactured gun a criminal. I think it's a law that's going to criminalize people overnight who probably are unaware that the law even passed, said Dimitri Karas, a spokesperson for Firearms Unknown, a gun shop in Oceanside. Oh, wow. Firearms Unknown. A gun shop in Oceanside. Okay, so there we have it, folks. Enough will go into effect in the city of San Diego, California on October 23rd of 2021. No more ghost guns. No more. No more. So opponents are saying that, again, it's effectively going to criminalize people that already own these ghost guns. Also, you know, there are some people, opponents of measures like this, that argue that these kind of laws aren't really, they're not curbing, you know, criminals getting their hands on firearms or using firearms improperly or illegally. They're only affecting the legal gun owners. So leave me your thoughts on this situation in the comment section or in the chat section there, and how I feel about the situation. I mean, honestly, I'm not one to really, you know, want to ban stuff or, you know, go that route. Like, really, I'm against, I'm for common sense gun reform, obviously, you know, universal background checks. When you get into stuff like banning certain weapons, it's like, well, okay, what makes this weapon bannable and this weapon is not bannable? And then where do you draw that line? You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to weapons that don't have serial numbers on them, it's one of those things where I get why they're doing it, you know, to try to curb gun violence. And gun violence has been up in San Diego and apparently all across the country ever since the pandemic. But again, we have to have lines, and I just hope that these laws don't, like they said, criminalize people that are legal gun owners, you know, that are responsible gun owners. You know, I don't want that to happen. You know, and we all know how these laws go into effect, even with stuff like censorship, where, you know, they're saying they're doing it for the greater good, because if you don't, you're harming these people or potentially harming these people, but then you limit the rights of everybody in order to do that. So again, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below on this situation here. We're not going to have a choice in San Diego come October 23rd. So let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. Let me go and see if I'm still on live, or am I just talking to myself? Okay, yeah, I'm still live. Cool. Perfect. So we'll go into the next story here. New outreach program for the homeless in San Diego, California. So this story, first of all, if I didn't say it before, the first story was coming out of NBC San Diego. I'll leave it down below. This should be down below already for you guys to read for yourselves. And this story, Newsom Gloria announced outreach program for homeless near highways in San Diego. This is coming out of Fox 5 San Diego. So let's go ahead and jump into this one right here. And again, leave me your thoughts in the chat section or in the comment section if you have something to contribute to this. So San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria, Governor Gavin Newsom, and Caltrans officials announced a collaborative outreach program Monday intended to support residents living in dangerous conditions adjacent to state highways. I don't think homelessness can be solved. I know it can be solved, Newsom said. The state has provided unprecedented financial resources and opportunities to local governments to address street homelessness, but it takes local leaders like Mayor Gloria to turn this into action. Street homelessness. Street homeless. I've never heard of street homeless. Have you heard of street homelessness before? I thought it was just homelessness. All right. Is there a homelessness, street homelessness? Okay, whatever. I don't think homelessness can be solved. Okay, we already read that part. Our vision on homelessness must be realized at the local level, and I hope this partnership becomes a template for other cities and counties across California to address encampments along our streets and highways. Newsom said. Yeah, San Diego is getting pretty wild. Every night when I drive home from work from downtown, I see the same little tent setup. I don't know if it's multiple people staying because it's like a whole tent setup right there, right before you get on 163. And they're all over. They're downtown. It's getting crazy. It's getting dangerous. It's getting sketchy. AF, for real. Not gonna lie. Stepping over excrement and urination and defecation, dodging roaches. It's getting crazy. Like I don't want to do this anymore, folks. Like I don't. But we all got to do what we got to do, right? Here we go. San Diego's Homelessness Strategies and Solutions Department will contract directly with CityNet, a nonprofit homelessness service organization started in Long Beach in 2005 that has programs in Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, and Santa Barbara counties to provide focused street outreach. We know there has been a proliferation of homeless encampments along our state highways, which is a particularly dangerous place for them to be. Exactly, super dangerous. I've literally seen people posted up right when you get on the freeway, on the exit and the on ramp, the on and the off ramp. They're posted right there on the side where cars are flying by. They're just flying by, and they're sitting, they're laying down, doing whatever. Crazy, super dangerous, super dangerous. Which is particularly dangerous place for them to be. Gloria said, ensuring we are able to reach them and offer services is critical. The first of its kind collaboration with Caltrans and a new partner, CityNet, harnesses the opportunities provided by Governor Newsom's California Comeback Plan, creating yet another way for us to implement our compassionate approach to keeping people safe and ending homelessness one person at a time, Gloria said. The city's partnership with Caltrans and its contract with CityNet are the first agreement in the state to provide dedicated outreach at encampments and the Caltrans right-of-way since Newsom announced $22 billion in investments to local governments intended to address homelessness and the lack of affordable housing as a part of his California Comeback Plan. So $22 billion in investments to local governments intended to address homelessness. Let's put this money to good use, folks. Let's actually address the issue and the root causes of the issue, because there are definitely root causes of this issue. And let's get to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. And it's too much in the richest country in the history of the world. It's too much. Let's see here. The last paragraph states, this partnership with the city of San Diego allows us to continue addressing encampments on the highway and ensure individuals sheltering in unsafe conditions are provided the necessary services and support to move them into stable living situations, said Caltrans District 11 Director Gustavo Doyarda. Under this contract with the Homelessness Strategies and Solutions Department, CityNet is slated to deploy 3 outreach teams to work with the San Diego Housing Commission and its network of providers on shelter placements and wraparound supportive services, including transportation, case management, and emergency mental health support. The contract spans from October 21st through June 2022. So again, this is coming out of Fox 5 San Diego. On face value, this all sounds great. This all sounds great. $22 billion allocated to fight homelessness absolutely should be implemented in ways that will actually, make a dent in homelessness situation here in California, because it's crazy. Like I said, stepping over excrement and roaches and, having them just lay out on the sidewalks and screaming, ranting, raving. I've literally seen somebody recently, like a week or so ago, they were literally with their pipe and lighter in hand doing their thing right there on the street corner. Like, people are just walking by. They don't care. They yelling, just going at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, man, this is just sad to watch. It's really sad to see people go down that road and to see them just, stuck there, just immobile, unable to change their situations because, I don't know, maybe a drug problem, maybe it's a financial problem, a mental issue problem, more than likely. It's just super sad to watch, folks. But there we go. We have that San Diego local news story. Let me know what you have to say about that in the chat section or in the comment section, and we'll move right along here. There was a plane crash in Texas. Recently, I reported there was a plane crash in San Diego County, in Santee, the township, I guess, or whatever, of Santee, San Diego County. And a few people actually lost their lives. Unfortunately, a UPS trucker completely lost his life, and it's just a horror. It was a horror scene. It was just horrible to watch. The UPS truck is just demolished. It looked like a bomb went off somewhere in Afghanistan or something like that. That's what it looked like. So again, we have another plane crash, this time in Texas. And I'll go ahead and read this article here. It's a short one from ABC 13. ABC 13 Eyewitness News. So Texas plane crash. No one seriously injured after MD-87 jet heading to Boston crashes on takeoff. So luckily, nobody was injured in this incident. Let's see. They say there were 21 people on board when it crashed. Waller County, Texas. Emergency response got underway mid-morning Tuesday in the wake of a plane crash just outside Houston, Texas. So this just happened today. Texas Department of Public Safety confirmed the incident in a field in the southwest corner of Waller County, which is not too far from the Houston Executive Airport, a public facility next to the city's energy corridor that mainly caters to corporate passengers. According to Waller County Sheriff Troy Goodry, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, 21 people, which included 18 passengers and 3 crew members, were on board and all made it out safely. 2 people were unfortunately sent to the hospital. The youngest person on board is a 10-year-old, officials said. Fortunately, no one was killed, Guidry added. Photos obtained by ABC 13 showed black smoke coming from a field around the scene of the crash. From above the scene, Sky Eye captured firefighters attempting to douse flames of the wreckage with the aircraft's tail intact. Since the incident, FAA preliminarily, I think I'm pronouncing that right, yes, identified the aircraft as a McDonnell Douglas MD-87, adding that the plane rolled through a fence and caught fire in a field while attempting to depart the executive airport just after 10 a.m. And the pictures that they show are just, it's incredible that everybody survived that crash, honestly. The federal agency also confirmed that all passengers and crew on board exited the aircraft safely. Eyewitness News also learned that the plane is registered under the name of J. Allen Kent, who is the corporate owner of Flair Builders, a Houston-based custom home builder. Wow. ABC 13 reached out to Flair Builders, who confirmed the incident with Kent on board at the time. 2 sources additionally confirmed that the plane was headed to Boston for a trip to the AL Championship Series game. The destination was confirmed by DPS. The National Transportation Safety Board is leading the investigation. Meanwhile, utility company CenterPoint Energy said an outage impacting more than 1,800 customers near the scene of the crash was caused by the plane taking out an overhead power line during takeoff. Since the outage, power was restored to all but 17 customers. It's not immediately known whether the power line contributed to the crash. So again, they're still investigating this crash. Just happened today. Here they give a picture of the owner, J. Allen Kent, a builder from the Spring area. So he was aboard the plane during the crash. So, builder from the Spring area. He owns, Flair Builders. So again, leave me your thoughts in the comment section on the chat. My thing with these plane crashes is, important or not, to the story. It seems like I said, I reported that since 2010, there have been like 35 plane crashes in San Diego alone that happened. Was it San Diego or California? Matter of fact, I believe it was one of those. I think it was. I want to say it was San Diego, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that because I don't want to be wrong on my own live. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna double check that right now because that's what Google is for. Let me see, 35 plane crashes since 2010 because they did a whole story about this too. Let me see. This was 4 days ago from NBC San Diego. It's coming up now. NTSB investigated at least 35 small aircraft crashes in San Diego neighborhoods since 2010. And the thing that gets me about this is all of our new technology, all of our science, all of our money that we got, the space billionaire space race and all these things that we're doing in science and in technology, we still can't get helicopters and airplanes right. Again, a lot of people would say, hey, well, you know, a lot of the times it's pilot error. It could be pilot error, but sometimes they just have mechanical errors. You know, maybe that is due to pilot. I don't know. But the whole thing still makes me sketchy. Okay, again, this is coming from a person who is not too fond of heights. I'm not afraid of heights per se. I'm afraid of falling. You know, I don't mind being up high. I don't mind being on a plane. I don't mind being whatever high up. It's just when we start falling and losing altitude, and my stomach gets that little feeling on the bottom. You know what I'm talking about? I don't do those. I don't like roller coasters for that same reason, because I don't like the feeling that it gives me when I fall and I don't have control. So imagine being in a situation where you're in a plane, or even worse, in a helicopter, because at least a plane, you could jump out with a parachute, or, you know, I feel like there's more of an opportunity for you to survive a plane crash than there is for you to survive a helicopter crash. Because you can't just like eject out of a helicopter, can you? I've never seen that happen. You know, I suppose you could jump out of a helicopter with a parachute, but then again, you know, how it may be spiraling or turning. And look, folks, this whole stuff makes me uneasy. I don't know if it makes you uneasy, but if it does, leave me your thoughts in the comment section, chat section down below there. So again, Texas just had a plane crash. Luckily, this plane crash, everyone survived. A couple of people went to the hospital. So again, these are the stories here. Again, this story is going to be from ABC 13. If you want to check it out, it's already there down below. We'll go ahead and move on to the next one here. I got one more story that I wanted to get to. But before I do that, again, I just want to remind everybody that memberships on YouTube should be available. So let me know if you see that option for you, because I looked myself and I don't see the option there. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place. Somehow, maybe I can't see it because I'm the creator. But if you can see it, let me know that you see it. If you can't see it, let me know you can't see it. But they should be enabled on my channel. Let's see. Let's read some of the chats here. Keep up the great work, and thanks for shedding light on the homeless situation. From Winterland 6977. Thank you, Winterland 6977. I will continue to do my best. Homelessness is something that issue is something that I care about a lot. Something that I have direct, experience with. It's something that, it really bugs me. It really bugs me that we even have to talk about these issues as if they're not solvable. I understand there's going to be a certain amount of people that just, they're just gone, but we got to do our absolute best to make sure that they're not just out on the streets, doing what they're doing and being in unsafe condition, creating unsafe conditions and all that. So yeah, I definitely want to keep up with the stories about the homelessness situation in California and across the globe, really. Great Goblin says, falling ain't bad. It's that sudden stop at the end that sucks. Yeah, see, I don't like the falling part either. I can't do the falling part either. I just can't do the falling part either. All right. I'd rather not fall. Okay, so let's keep it at that, folks. Again, if you're joining me, if you're just now joining, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that jazz, folks. It all helps to support the show. My links will be down below if you want to support the show. And I want to get into this next story. Again, before I do that, I want to mention one more thing. Unfortunately, Eynelys Garcia, she was a YouTuber. She was a Palmdale City Council member and the vice chair of Our Revolution in Los Angeles, California. You guys may have known her from the whole People's Party situation or whatever. She actually lost her life recently due to a hit and run accident. And it's super sad. And when you find out a little bit more of the situation, it gets more sadder. So I went ahead and I put her GoFundMe in the description of this live stream, so you guys can check it out. If you can support the cause and help to donate to her expenses, her family, do so. I think that as YouTubers, as progressives, as people that are actively working, for positive and progressive change in this country, like we absolutely should support each other. So I went ahead and I retweeted the GoFundMe. I believe it was Susie Dawson that tweeted it first, so I retweeted that from Susie Dawson. And I put it in the description down below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. It's for Eynelys. Garcia says, Eynelys, taken too soon. Her family needs your help. This is a GoFundMe. It has 127 donors so far, 208 shares, 167 followers. All right. And some very charitable people, some very good people are donating here. It gives their names. I don't want to give their names. If you guys want to see it, you can check it out for yourselves. Please do so. And I'll go ahead and read to you what it says here. Eynelys, pronounced Eynelys. Eynelys, I've heard her pronounce it Eynelys. So whichever one, no disrespect. Garcia began every day with love by fulfilling her role as caregiver to her disabled younger sister and her mother, who is fighting a battle with cancer. So supposedly her mother has cancer, and her younger sister has a very severe case of autism. All right. By early afternoon, she transitioned to her full-time role as relationship manager for a tech startup company, where she was beloved by all employees and everyone she touched. Tragically, on Thursday, October 14th at 7:43 p.m., while out on her daily evening walk, Eynelys was struck from behind by a hit and run and was killed. Eynelys was the sole provider for her mother and for her sister. Her passing is emotionally devastating, but also financially devastating. Eynelys's endless optimism, her infectious laughter, her kindness, diligence and work ethic will be sorely missed. Her family and close friends called her Faith because of her positive attitude. Please band together as a community and as a society to support her mother and sister in their time of bereavement. The loss of Eynelys is such a tragedy, and it is so important that we both celebrate the beauty of her life while alleviating any concern about finances that her family are feeling at this time. Funds are urgently required to cover funeral expenses, mortgage payments, caregiving expenses, medical expenses, and living expenses. Please give as generously as you are able to. What we can do now for Eynelys is band together in kindness to show our support and love for her family. 100% of the funds will be collected directly by her family, and this account is controlled by them. Please share this as widely as you can. Thank you so much. And this is coming from organizer. The organizer is Heather Bravo in California City, California. And so far, this GoFundMe for Eynelys has raised $9,590. Their goal is $50,000. So again, it's a long ways from 50,000. They just posted this GoFundMe. Let's see, it was created 2 days ago, so it's not doing bad for just 2 days. So again, if you guys have it in you, if you have the means to do so, I will leave this down below. It should be down below already. Please contribute to the GoFundMe and help out Eynelys's family, because it's super sad. Anytime somebody tragically loses their life like that, and they're the sole provider and caregiver, of their family members who are also struggling with their own things, with their own illnesses. So again, folks, that's pretty much all that I'm going to say about that one. Rest in peace, Eynelys, and thank you for all your hard work, your dedication, and your love. All right. So with that being said, I guess we'll do a little moment of silence for Eynelys. All right, shout out to a real one, Eynelys. Rest in peace. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into the last story here, and then we'll close out this live for today. My wife is waiting on me. So, baby boomers versus millennials, the housing war. So, a lot of you guys know that I'm getting into real estate. I'm just waiting to hear when I have to go ahead and take my state test, and then after I take my state test and I pass it, which I will pass it, wish me luck. I will be getting my license in the mail, or I guess I'll be getting my license in the mail. I already paid for it. and I paid for the testing and my fingerprinting, which I thought the fingerprinting was going to be way less than it was, but whatever. It's paid. It's done. I'm just waiting on them to tell me when I take my test. After that happens, I take my test, pass it, and I'll get my real estate license. I'll be able to practice real estate in the good old state of California, the state where housing prices are redonkulous, and they barely see it slowing down at this point. It's crazy. It's super crazy. Like the interest rates for homes on mortgages right now, or mortgages for homes right now, is super low, but they anticipate that that's going to rise in the coming year, 2022, 2023. So right now, if you can purchase a home, it's a great investment, but at the same time, prices are super high. Prices are, the highest that they've ever been, really, so right now, baby boomers and millennials are the ones that are buying homes, in addition to some large corporations like Zillow that are purchasing housing communities and homes like that. But really, it's baby boomers and millennials who are doing the most of the purchasing here, and I guess they're fighting it out right now. So we'll go ahead and get into this last story right here. And again, the article should be down below if you guys want to read it for yourselves. This is coming out of Business Insider. Business Insider. So I guess this is I guess this would be like real estate news or financial news, finance. So we'll go ahead and get into this one here. Baby boomers and millennials are in a heated housing war. Boomers and millennials are competing for houses per a new Zillow report. Boomers are winning. Boomers have more cash to win bidding wars as they take advantage of an appreciating market. So boomers have more cash to bid, or more cash to win bidding wars as they take advantage of an appreciating market. Buying a home has been hard enough for millennials who are struggling with sky-high prices and lack of starter homes. So yeah, there's a lack of homes being created right now. They're in backlog. Lumber prices are rising up. The housing prices are, like I said, redonkulous. The median home price in San Diego, California right now was like over $800,000, closing in on $1 million as the median home price. That's just the median. Like, that's the middle ground. That's the middle ground. $1 million is almost like $1 million. It's crazy. It's increasingly difficult to get a home in California. People are venturing outside of the state because, and in my case, I can't just leave California and feel happy anywhere before, and I just come right back to California. I've left my city of San Diego before, and I just keep coming right back to San Diego. And unfortunately, I'm in California not only, but in San Diego, California. Housing prices are just, it's unimaginable, right? I mean, it's unfathomable right now. It's surreal. There we go. It's surreal, folks. Where the real gets surreal, where it gets most surreal. Let's go ahead and check this out. Baby boomers and millennials are in a housing war. It's boomers who are winning, according to a Zillow report released this week. It found that so many boomers are active in the housing market because it's become more difficult for millennials to buy a home. As seen in the chart below, Americans 60 years old and older have been more active in the housing market in the past decade than people in the same age group, 10 years earlier. The share of home buyers in this cohort grew by 47% from 2009 to 2019. Meanwhile, the share of the younger buyers ages 18 to 39 in the past decade has shrunk by 13% in the same time frame. Wow. And you got to give the chart here. It says 18 to 39-year-olds, 40 to 59-year-olds, and then 60 and up. So go ahead and check out the chart if you guys have the article pulled up, or if you want to pull it up later. This is all happening as millennials, now America's largest generation, age into their peak home buying years. That's true. It's largely because boomers are taking advantage of an appreciating housing market. U.S. home values had already increased by 31.2% from 2009 to 2019. So in a 10-year time span, housing prices increased by 31.2%. According to Zillow, and the pandemic's hot housing demand only jacked up values even further. So the pandemic only furthered these housing prices. The desire for more space in an era of remote work sparked a housing boom that soon morphed into a historic inventory crisis because more people are staying home and opting to not go to work, or effectively being pushed out of work and having to stay home. Home prices shot up, reaching a record high of 386,888 in June, and cutthroat competition ensued. So I'm guessing this is the median home price in America overall, 386,888. That's cute. Let me tell you something. You're not going to find a single family home in San Diego for that much. You're not going to find one. If you find one, let me know. Let me know. Those are how much the condos are going for. You know, like the condos are really going for more than that. It's so crazy out here. This number is cute. That's cute. Let's see. Those most likely to emerge victorious are long-term homeowners. As the Zillow report states, their equity gains give them the ability put in an all-cash offer over younger buyers. One of the key strategies for winning a bidding war. So the same, putting in an all-cash offer is a winning strategy. Right now, it's a seller's market, meaning there's not enough homes to go around. So if you have a piece of property, if you have a home, and you've been sitting on it for 10 years or whatever, your house has increased in value so much. I know somebody right now who's getting ready to sell their home. My brother just told me that basically they more than doubled their investment. When they first purchased a home, is at one price. They more than doubled that price. So they're not even in a rush to sell. Like they'll sell, because they're going to get so much more than what they paid for. But at the same time, housing prices are steadily rising. Like they could sit on it and still make so much more. A lot of people argue, well, we're in a bubble. Housing prices are going to crash down, and when they crash, you're going to be sorry you didn't sell. Okay, a lot of people again would counteract that by saying that we're not in the same situation that we were back in 2008. There were packages being built or being distributed and being sold, and then the bankers and the big businesses would bet against those packages, to fail. You know what I'm saying? So things are not as they were. It's a little bit different. So again, folks, if you have a home, you're winning. If you decide to sit on your home, you're winning. If you decide to sell your home, you're winning. We're in a seller's market. And yeah, so shout out to you if you're in that situation. That's where I'm trying to get to. Let's see. So yeah, if you put in an all cash offer, that's going to set you up to win that bid, because a lot of these homes that are going on the market right now are being bid on. There's so many buyers for the same home that real estate agents and realtors are literally saying that people are lined up outside the homes on open house days. Buyers are lined up outside. Like they have no issues at all getting rid of a home. Like I think it takes like a week or two to get a home sold, a week or two or less. So let's go ahead and continue here. Whether downsizing or moving to a new town, baby boomers being more active means competition that previous generations did not have when buying their first home. Jeff Trucker, a senior economist at Zillow, said in a statement. And older buyers have the advantage of a lifetime's worth of savings and home equity to leverage in a competitive offer. That's true. Millennials are dealing with their second housing crisis. Buying a home right now is already challenging enough, especially for millennials who have been boxed out of the housing market for a whole host of other reasons. Pre-pandemic, aspiring millennial home buyers struggled to save for down payments as they dealt with the financial fallout of the Great Recession, staggering student debt loan, and soaring living costs. Come 2020, many finally have enough savings to take the home ownership plunge as interest rates drop to historic lows. But the shrinking inventory and skyrocketing prices that followed created new affordability challenges, and they were left facing their second housing crisis in a dozen years. The pandemic and an underbuilding of homes, yes, since the Great Recession are partly to blame. There have been 20 times fewer homes built in the past decade than in any decade as far back as the 1960s. Daryl Fairweather, the chief economist at Redfin, told Insider back in April. She added that was not enough homes for millennials, who are the biggest generation to buy. The biggest victim of this shortfall are the very homes millennials can most afford, the starter home. It was already nearing extinction before the pandemic, only to see its supply dwindle even further in the past 18 months. While the housing market has since begun to cool and contractors have begun to build more homes, these homes are in the higher end of the market. NAR's Director of Housing and Commercial Research, Gay Coratone, told Insider. So NRA, the National Association of Realtors Director of Housing and Commercial Research, Gay Coratone, told Insider. Even boomers who aren't shopping for a new home are exacerbating the housing shortage. Instead of selling their homes to move into assisted living facilities or with their families, as past older generations have done, many are aging in place. According to a New York Times analysis of Federal Reserve data, while the ability of boomers to age in place reflects the very positive developments of Americans living longer and healthier lives, it adds yet another stressor to an already overheated and undersupplied housing market. So the saying, boomers are aging in place. Instead of selling their homes that they've lived in all their lives and going into assisted living facilities or moving back in with their kids, they're opting to just stay and, pass away in their own homes. I mean, honestly, they have that right. It's their home. It's their property. They can do so if they want to, build more houses. We have all this space out here. Let's just build more homes. Let's. It's sad because I'm watching, all of the available homes nowadays seem to be only apartments and condos, and they're just making that more like they just passed a new bill that made it so that single family homes in a certain zone, I guess, can be rezoned for multifamily homes, meaning more apartments, right? More apartments and condos, and like my dream is to own a single family detached residence, a single family detached home, or a multi-family, but it's detached though. I don't want to live in a condo or an apartment or in a big building like they do in downtown San Diego, where you have an HOA and you have shared living facilities. No, I want a nice front yard and a backyard with the white picket fence around it. I might even do a black picket fence. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, these are the things that I'm wanting. But unfortunately, I see more apartments being built. And again, this is the reality that we're living in, folks. They don't have enough homes to go around, and the homes that are available, people are choosing not to sell, or if they are selling, there's just not enough to go around. So let's go ahead and wrap it up here with this last paragraph. With so many homes on the market and often outbid on the ones that are, millennials have had to get creative to make their home ownership dreams come true, resorting to more affordable options like moving out to the exurbs, buying fixer-uppers, or creating their own commune. As Coratone said earlier this year, homeownership is going to be more difficult for millennials. Boomers are only making the problem worse. And again, this is no slight or no shame or no diss to boomers. This is just what I'm reading in the article here. I think that they should be able to stay in their homes if they want to. It's your home. You do with it it's your money. Use it when you need it. So that's all that it is to it, folks. Build more homes. That's what we need. More homes. We need lumber prices to decrease. We need more inventory on the market. And we need people in better positions to be able to afford these homes. Really, we need prices to come down first. We need home prices to come down dramatically, because this is getting ridiculous. Like I said, almost $1 million for a home in San Diego, California. They're pushing all the poor people out. All the poor people are leaving San Diego, California. They're moving to places like Phoenix, Arizona, or Las Vegas, Nevada. I got family in Las Vegas, Nevada. Everybody's moving to Las Vegas. Or they're moving to outskirts. Like I know in my particular situation, my family, we got pushed to the east. A lot of people are moving east San Diego, or southern San Diego, closer to the border. So, it sucks, folks. But these are the things that we're dealing with here. This is the news for today. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this live stream today. I wanted to bring you guys some local news stories, also some more world news, some real estate news, and also give you guys some announcements about the memberships, about the GoFundMe for Eynelys, also about the segments that I will be posting right after I'm done with this live stream. So stay tuned for that. Love, peace, and life, folks. Remember, like this video, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified. And love, peace, and life. Until next time, remember, be kind, rewind. And I'll go ahead and read some of these chats here before I leave. Great Goblin, Broken Heart. Yeah, I know, right? Winterland 6977, word. George's Masonry. California already has enough laws that police abuse. I'm sorry. California already has enough laws that police abuse people over. Gun control is literally the same as the war on drugs. You know, I mean, I look, in California, I'm very desensitized to gun laws because we have some of the strictest gun laws in the country. You know, it is what it is for me. Like, I don't know anything else. Like, so when it comes to things like universal background checks, I agree. I tend to agree with that because I've always had to do a background check. Again, I've always had to do a background check. I have nothing on my background. Like, I have no priors or any kind of criminal record like that. So I never had an issue, you know. And plus, we do need to weed out people that don't need them, like people that are seriously mentally unstable. You know what I'm saying? So there should be limits, absolutely. But I think that there should be limits on those limits as well, because they say you give an inch and they'll take a mile. You know, and gun control originally, you know, was against Black people. It was because Black people were starting to get guns, and that's when a lot of gun legislation started coming out because too many Black people got guns now. You know, so and I get that, but again, there are certain people that, just like certain people need to be locked up, you know, certain people just need to be off the streets and locked up. Certain people don't need guns, you know, and if you're not mentally stable, you don't need a gun. You know, again, I'm not trying to sound like I'm for mandates and banning and all that jazz, but there has to be limits. There has to be logical limits to these things. There has to be, folks. It's like we have to have limits to these things and limits to those limits. So let's see. Great Goblin says, Rainbow, you got it. Heart, thanks. Great Goblin. Yep. All right. So that's it, folks. That's it for today's live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, be kind, rewind, do something kind for somebody else in your daily life, in your daily activities, and maybe the universe will reward you in turn or in kind. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right. I'm out.